Oh.
Welcome back! Okay.
Wait, was that my commercial not in there?
No, I ended with your commercial.
Oh, good.
So it's a perfect spot.
What
help can I give you with these then?
Translate them, please.
They're pretty thick.
Yes. Or at least, is there someone who can translate? Because I'd like to have a full translation.
These will take
next
weeks
week,
to
so
translate.
I can just look back and forth.
I know, but these are thick books and they're very detailed apparently. I mean, look. She starts to she picks up that first one that.
What's wrong with you?
Cult of Philosophia.
Fucking injury, mate.
Hey, be nice.
Huh?
I'm just trying to stretch.
Oh, that was not cool. It's on
a case.
It's. What the hell are these books? I know I have them. Aha! No, damn it, it's Knickerbocker's Tale. You didn't bring that one. Handouts. Moment.
This one
Aha.
under the plastic cake, but it's under
Yeah, the first one, the Occulta. The Occult Philosophy, Katelyn, is super thick. It's like literally like this should be a 3-volume book. Would you stop messing with my camera?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I do because she just looked at you and laughed. So.
Everyone does.
Well, but it wasn't that kind of laugh.
Oh.
It wasn't mocking. She starts looking through it and she's like, "This is about magic," and she grabs the Tome of the Seer. It's a pretty old book. These are all the old books. I think this might be a little out of your depth.
Don't you tell us to try hard?
Yes, you're right. But just look, if you want to come in, we'll look through it together and we'll see what we can find. How about that?
Okay. So.
And you guys can schedule something like in the evenings to start reading through these books.
Oh, will she get Latin learning from that?
Yes, yeah. I'll let you make some rolls and we'll see if you can get some points of Latin. So that's Deculta. You want to leave them with her for now?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Deculta, Philosophia, Tome of the Seer, and On Alchemy.
No more toes for you.
Cult of Ghouls is in French. You can find a French teacher if you want. Is your character taking French as well? Shh. You two stop.
No, she's not.
Okay, so you can try to find a French teacher if you want.
Asshole.
Sure.
Okay, make a luck check.
Oh, luck right now.
Let's see if you can find him here today.
No.
Okay, no. You check and the French teacher's office is shut up. Looks like they've left for the day.
I don't know. I'm sorry. It's just.
What in the world is going on?
I think it's the red color of your shirt, and I like the color a lot, and so like I just keep looking at you, and I happen to look when she's like licking chips.
You're licking the chips? Yes, okay, come on YouTube, watch my videos.
Everyone on
They're
YouTube
spicy.
is gonna see you licking chips.
Yeah, all 6 people that might watch the video. Alright. What do you want to do after that?
I'm sorry. I'm really not even looking. I'm not trying to. I'm sorry.
Nobody's even drinking here. What the hell's wrong with you people?
She just goes home and waits
Hair the
for
dog,
some-
man. Hair the dog. So you go home and wait for what?
Go home and waits till
Do
she
you
can go
want?
in and talk to the Latin teacher about books.
Okay. You can do that tonight. It's up to you if you want. Or, okay, calm down.
I'm sorry.
It's her fault. Anyway.
Not the ones sitting here like.
You're more mature. You're older. You know better. You can go in tonight if you want, or whenever you decide you schedule it. Did you give her your address, Miss Kim?
Yeah.
So you know where she lives. If you want to go up there, you can get a taxi cab. You don't have to. Totally up to you.
There's other people there.
You go in that night and you talk with Miss Brown or Professor Brown, and you guys start going over the first book and looking through it. And it is really, really amazingly complex Latin, and she lets you know that. What do y'all want to do at Miss Kennedy's house?
I'm going to sleep. I went to sleep.
Yeah, she gives you a room. I guess you guys are going to just keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't kill himself.
Yep.
Anything else that you guys want to do that night? You're reading, you're looking, you can have plenty of time to start reading through his journals.
I recall someone mentioning, like, I remember that person was like, kind of, who was the one that said, I remember that purse.
What?
What?
the catering thing. Kind of like, I
Oh, yeah,
remember
yeah,
first
you-
like
oh,
looked at
yeah.
it. I was like, Kenny's like, who? Trying to remember if she lost anything from that because that seemed really suspicious to her.
Like something stolen?
I said
No,
that.
definitely not.
Okay.
No, that catering department, that catering service was very good. You use that to case places. It's usually probably weeks before you actually do anything.
What are you talking about? I just
Exactly.
said I noticed your purse because I remember your purse because it was so pretty.
Oh, okay.
That's what I told her.
Okay, I don't remember the pretty part.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Yes,
why
something
I
like that.
said I remember.
She works with a lot of dirty people, so she's going.
Oh yeah, you do. Okay, that makes sense actually. So you don't remember? You remember her working? You remember the party? You think? No. That catering company seemed to be above board. Nothing was missing from the house afterwards. Not even like
Okay.
little nothing shit. It's actually a very popular catering company in town for
Okay,
the
then she wouldn't
nouveau
be
riche.
super suspicious, but just remember, she works with a lot of dirty people.
Yep.
So.
Also, guys, she has a lot of alcohol in the house. You do find that out being in her house. There's a liquor cabinet in like the
This here?
parlor. It's like packed. Like it's actually almost too full to push closed. There's a sideboard in the dining room full of alcohol. A lot of it's Canadian whiskey, which, wow. How did she get all this Canadian whiskey? You know, that kind of thing.
Wow.
I mean, you guys are kind of
I
living
would
in
have
her
asked
house
if
for the next
she
few
minded
days.
if I had a little snifter of her bourbon.
Go ahead. That's what it's here for.
That's
Even though the government doesn't agree.
The government's wrong about so many things.
Go.
So yeah, you guys could have a party. There's a ton of alcohol in the house. There's plenty of mixers. Her house it's a rich person's house. There's all kinds of, you don't have a lot of richy stuff though, do you? It's not like, oh, I bought this clock, it's $10,000, so I can put it on my wall, blah, blah, blah. I don't think so.
She's kind of hoards money too a bit, so.
So it's almost like a middle class person living in a rich house. She has nice stuff, but she doesn't have really super expensive stuff. You would notice this, because you look for that kind of thing. And you just know this is a beautiful house, it's beautiful grounds. It's very nice here. You guys can spend the night. What do you want to do the next day?
Have I found anything?
You're working on your Latin. Let's see. Some of the things that you note from the journals, they run, like I said, from 1778 to 1928. Apparently in 1778, Arthur Matchell left Providence.
Wasn't it until 1925?
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're right, 1925. Arthur Matchell left Providence in 1778, headed to the southern states, and apparently he took a different book every time he took a different name. He would like restart his journal and usually started with something like, another nick of the time of immortality or infinity, blah, blah, blah. He tried to be real like poetic. One of the journals allegedly by Andrew Mitchell, and that begins in 1841, continues through 1906. It ends with, as I end this life and begin another, so begins another chapter in eternity. The handwriting you already noticed is the same with all of these. Basically, he travels in the south until he returns to Providence in 1841, whereupon he repairs the house. What you find out is he makes sure that the people who built the cellar areas, the secret areas, are eliminated in 1841 after they built it, including several workers who were in the wrong place at the wrong time, is how he puts it. And the plans for the house were completely destroyed. It gives a certain date, apparently. Yes?
This is random, but is handwriting like all mental then? If his handwriting's the same in each body, so like your handwriting is totally mental?
It's muscle memory, but I think for this,
Does
he
he
brings his muscle memory with him.
It is the same
I
handwriting
was just
the
wondering.
whole time. So it's a good point that you could bring up if she shares with you what she learns. You haven't told anybody it's the same handwriting yet, because they'll get to go, what? And you get to go crazy too, maybe.
Well, I know I said that when I was looking through
You
the
mentioned
books.
it. You mentioned it, but
Yeah.
you only mentioned it, and people were
Just weren't
otherwise distracted down in the basement there.
Yes, yes.
Nobody was really. He was flipping out in the next room. People weren't like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
A lot of the times the initials are AM. Apparently he spent some time in Fayetteville, North Carolina. There were other places that he's been, but that's pretty much all you get. And it's not until later, and you're just skimming, so you're not getting like the whole spiel, but you're getting most of this. You're hitting the highlights. It wasn't until Lin Chow said, hey, we can switch bodies with you, that he gets into this whole, oh, I can take a younger heir, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to cast these spells that I have to cast every year, whatever.
So he doesn't get a new body until the young kid thing.
You don't know that.
Could
but-
be.
Yeah.
Could be. But that keeps you up most of the night. You could probably watch him while he's sleeping and read. Do me 1 con times 5 there, please, Nissa. Just to see if you fall asleep reading. If you make it, then you can stay up all night if you want, reading.
I fell asleep.
Okay, so you probably wake up in the morning like with a little crick in your neck because you fell asleep reading in a chair near where Quincy Washington was sleeping, where you can keep an eye on him so you can like jump out the window or something crazy. Okay, we can skim over a few days if you guys want. However much time you want to pass can pass, guys. You started on Tuesday, May 25th.
How long do I need to get full health points?
Oh, you'll get back up to where you were before she punched you the next morning. So at 5 points, and then you can heal 1d3 points per week after that, if just naturally. So we could jump forward a week if you guys want. I mean, time can pass.
Yeah, and that
as
way.
you guys are all studying and trying to figure out stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay. How much time do you guys want to pass? Do you want a week to go by?
May as well.
Anyone? Bueller? Okay.
I'm fine with
She'll
that.
have to make some phone calls saying I can't meet at the locations tonight because she has
Oh, yeah. So make me a luck check. Let's see if anybody overhears this weird telephone call that you're making. There's several calls, probably.
15 out of 16.
Okay, yeah, you find some privacy and you're able to get your princess phone and give me this. Give me the name in the telephone directory is Lefty Gonna Shoot You Smith. Yes, or whatever.
But tells them that she won't be there for a while, but continue business as usual.
Yeah, they're fine with that. You got your stuff kind of handled. It's settled. It's gonna be like the next. We'll say it's the following Wednesday then, in June. I don't have a date because I can't find. Oh, right here. Maybe. Jade, you've been trying to study Latin for a week. You've been learning from this lady who's really a little disturbed by some of the stuff that's in these terrible books you brought her. But it's going to take a lot longer to actually to get all the information out of them. However, you still have Mitchell's medical notes too. These are in English. If you guys want to split up and more than one person look at some of this paperwork,
Does anyone know
Washington.
doctor things?
you do. Well, I mean, you don't have a high in medicine, but you have studied. You do have probably you probably have a master's or something, and you would have had to take medical courses. So it'll take you a while to study these carefully, but you could skim over the notes that they got from that laboratory if you want in that week. Good lord. These are in English and Latin, actually. Loose notes, papers not bound, but instead kept in various paper folders, bound in string, manila folders, even binders of each manufacturer. They're meticulously kept notes along with detailed drawings of human anatomy and notes on various experiments to, quote, extend and improve human life. What is most intriguing is they are entirely written as the writer has actually conducted the experiments on live human beings, some of which seem to have worked on for some length of time. They date back to 1587. I'll need a sanity check from you as you take a few days to look over them. 90? Okay. Over that course of that time, you lose 6 points of sanity from this.
Holy God.
The experiments are terrible in the extreme. Most of them consist of the moving of body parts, removal or replacing organs in an unconventional manner, or adding new body parts from a second body. Some of the changes include extra arms added to the shoulder, moving a head from the neck to the middle of the chest, placing arms at the hips, and the like. There are further notes that anesthetic and the like, especially in the older notes, are obviously not used. There seems to be an almost sadistic enjoyment of some of the strange noises men and women made when certain operations were performed. There are numerous notes of removing tongues and vocal cords in order to both make the patient more quiet and protect the surgeon from the possibility of being interrupted. There's blood stains on a lot of these notes, as if he was like working and then it's like, oh, and jot something down. Additionally, there is one page which is dedicated to, quote, magical dust that identifies a spirit controlling another's body, though only for a moment. Most of these are terrifying in their detail and complexity. If you study this, you could study these notes over the next several weeks. You've already lost a ton of sanity from these. But this takes place over time, though, so you don't. It's not like all at once, but this is over time. You can actually gain points in certain skills if you actually spend the next several weeks studying these. But that's the gist of what these terrible notes are. Arthur Mitchell's journal. Arthur Mitchell, Andrew Mitchell, Arthur Mitchell. I forgot that I did a whole write-up on these. Entries begin in New York City, where Mitchell found himself after fleeing Providence. I was wrong about going south. That was my mistake. Then he did continue south. He ended up in Virginia. Ends up in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and returns to Providence in 1841 under the name of Andrew Mitchell. Notes about starting an in-point port business. Using some of his ill-gotten gains, the joy he takes of renovating and upgrading his original house in Providence. Notes on the construction of the underground rooms, his murder of 3 men who did the work, and later murder of someone named Steeder, and the destruction of his business.
Steeder?
Yes. Other entries note that the Shadowlings have certain weaknesses.
Oh.
I'm reading this in the journal?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is skimming. You're getting the
Right.
information.
Well,
but you're not
when I
getting,
see weakness
a lot.
about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
shadowing,
You're going to need to
that
make a
up.
sanity check too when all this is said and done.
Right.
Though immune to any injury in their shadow form,
The what?
though immune to any injury in the shadow form, they can be hurt when they take a more material shape. Furthermore, both complete absence of light and the absence of shadow injure the creatures over time, though they are usually able to heal at an amazing rate. And
Say that again. That was confusing.
the complete absence of light or the complete absence of shadow. In other words, full light or full dark hurts them. Bing, bing. Nicely done.
Jade
More
knows her
entries.
shit. She knows
I
what
was
those
impressed
shadows
when you
are.
said that. More recent entries about his learning that Lin Chao was an ancient sorceress, blah, 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 blah. I think I've already told you all this. The sexual tryst, blah, blah, blah. The final entry you got. And then the whole, oh my god, this is the same handwriting from overtime in space, blah, 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 blah. And you already actually made a sanity check for that, so I'm going to leave that for you. You would guess if you study these for weeks and weeks and weeks that you would you'd be able to get some information from like skills. Also, there are some spells in here. It will take weeks in order to try to figure
Go to
those
bed
out as
early.
well. What's going on?
Bedtime.
Bedtime what?
She's giving
Bedtime.
me mean squinty eyes because I gave her my cold.
Sleepovers.
And now I don't.
Sleepover.
Now I don't have a cold. Well, can't
Okay, so
just
you learned
let
that.
me sick? I can't.
Oh, Jade Hagger over the next week. Let's see. Del Culta Filosofia. Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa von Netschim, 1510.
Sophia Rosita Bonita Fofita.
Yeah, kind of.
It's like Bill Cipher.
Okay, so Agrippa considered magic a viable scientific principle by which humans may manipulate the interconnectedness of all things and come to know themselves and God. There are charms, witches, devils, angels, the Kabbalah, geomancy, seals, sigils, squares, elements, divination, necromancy, dreams, supernatural powers of math and numbers, the planets and their virtues, and the melding of the occult sciences and religion.
Who's reading that?
Jade Hagger's
Okay.
reading it with
Oh,
her,
gotcha,
or
gotcha.
skimming it with
Kabbalah.
her. The Kabbalah, yeah. No, she's reading it with her like Latin teacher. That's just the gist of it. The Tome of the Seer there's no author, but it's a printed book. So it's, printed. It talks of the future. Many of its predictions are accurate, if obtuse apparently. There are notes on a silent place in the New World where, quote, the old gods sleep, and where, quote, a new god will be woken. It is very disturbing work.
How do you gain back sanity? Oh my god.
Defeating the whatever awful thing is happening, destroying monsters,
Knowing
psychoanalysis.
Knowing that doesn't exist anymore is calming.
On Alchemies in Latin by Albertus Magnus, 1300s is the guess. The author was a Dominican scholar, theologian, and mentor of Saint Thomas Aquinas. Of Thomas Aquinas, who has not yet been canonized. Magnus is said to have created a brass servant that could move about and speak. Albertus believed that magic could be worked with plants, gemstones, and the like. Part of the texts advised that the would-be alchemists to live in seclusion, that no one might discover their work and try to destroy it. Again, wait, how many times study? Okay, I'm gonna allow you to get these, Jade Hagger. You get 9 points of occult over the next week from the reading of those two books. Tome of the Seer would have to be more carefully studied.
Where's our quote?
Oh,
Jade Hagger, if that's the issue.
37.
Where's
What was power was 3d6, right? So
yeah, it's
Dr.
just-
Brown
How
has
many
a
numbers?
13 power, so she made her sanity check.
How
She was
many occult?
9 total from the Occult Philosophia and on alchemy.
Okay.
And roll me a d6 for Latin, and we'll give you that many points of Latin. Why do you put all your dice away except for those two?
This is the only ones we use.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a gun. Okay, fair enough. What else is going on? What else do you guys want to accomplish in the next week?
1d6.
I made
Quincy's
grilled
dead. You
cheese.
killed yourself.
1d6.
You make grilled cheese? You can make grilled cheese. Oh, you could actually... do you want to kind of do cooking
Yeah.
while you're there?
Yeah, prove
You
my-
wake up and you smell what's for breakfast that first morning on Wednesday.
all of it.
All of
Like eggs, bacon,
Can he actually cook?
hash browns.
Oh, yeah.
He was a butler.
He was a butler and did a lot of the cooking in the house. So I'm going to assume that there's no cooking skill per se.
That's what I was looking for.
1d6.
Mhm.
I cooked it all.
That's a 6. Give yourself other languages, Latin with 6% to start, or however to add to that. We're going to say you can cook.
Yeah, we can.
Roll me 2 to 10. Add them together. That'll be, and then under art cook, you can put that.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a ton, but you can still cook. And if you don't go for anything like crazy complicated, you
Wait,
should
like
be
I'm
fine.
rolling percentals and whatever
No,
this
no,
is.
no, no, no. Add them together.
Oh.
Just use them both as ones.
Alright.
Your character's not a great cook, but he can cook good food.
Plus the 5% the art already gives you?
Yes, correct. What'd you get?
2 and a 0. Wait,
So that's
a 10,
10,
right?
so that's
Yay!
17. You have 17%. And so you can cook adequate food. It's not like super fancy, but it's like super nutritious. It'd be eggs, bacon, hash browns, toast.
Well, it's like we all can cook. I just have 17% better than anyone
Right.
else.
You're just a little better because you've done it for so long. So do you just take over cooking for the next however long you're there?
Yes,
Just
it keeps
kinda
it
do
keeps
it?
me busy.
It
Actually,
would.
I cook more than we should.
Yeah, you
Because
could.
it-
They have a refrigerator though, so the food will last a lot
Like
longer.
it just keeps me busy.
There's
I'm
also
thinking,
like grounds. She's got a good sized chunk of property. If
I
you want to go
chop-
like,
chop wood.
it would more be like tending to the flower beds and that kind of thing.
Sure.
Probably would be
Yeah, I
something
do
to
all the butler stuff that I
Okay,
usually do.
he's like taking over as like a servant almost.
She doesn't know what to do. She's like, they food.
You
Yes.
wake up and the food is ready.
Thank
You're
you,
ready for
yes.
lunch and the food is already ready. Like there's sandwiches made, cucumber sandwiches, whatever needs
Reminds
to be
her of
made.
childhood. She's a bit disturbed.
That's fine. Jade Hagger's not there to be happy about this. That's a shame. You're disturbed?
I'm just like,
It reminds me
Yes.
of childhood.
Okay.
I'm not happy
The
about it.
food's good.
Yeah.
And it's like the kind of food you like too.
Yeah.
It's simple, it's good
Yeah.
tasting.
But I am grateful.
Are you staying there the
And
whole
then I
week or are
go
you
out
going
in the
home? What you
woods.
call?
Yeah.
There's no woods around here. This
And
is
you don't have a
suburbia.
gun.
Just
Um,
on the pancakes.
so
syrup,
that's
you spelled
Jade's been studying for a
goodbye.
week. You have to go back to work, but you
Really
can
good
always come back
syrup.
and come to her house.
Wow,
Wow, it
he's
is on. You've got a car. You've been studying that. Is there anything you particularly want to do in the next week? or
Oh well,
so?
then they let me totally use knives and stuff. Like they must be thinking I'm okay now if I'm cooking.
She fell asleep watching that first night. And they woke up Wednesday morning, and you woke up and she's asleep in the bed because you probably wake up really early.
Would he have like not made any noise at all? to
I
wake
have
you?
good sneak.
But did you use?
We're just gonna say that he
Retro.
slipped out of the room, and then you woke up when you smelled breakfast that morning.
breakfast?
Yeah, exactly. Same with you. You woke up for breakfast, and you
Oh.
spent
That's
the
how
night
she
there.
woke up. She
Oh.
smelled it. And, she
And it was
said
like probably like 7 a.m. or something.
that. Yes, you can't fucking make me.
But she
Egg.
sings breakfast. That's fine. Hey, I like
Yeah.
It goes in like
it. You
that.
probably woke up the next morning early because
No, you can't.
and
you
there was
can't say that
breakfast
to me,
waiting
though.
for you.
Wait,
I'm
was
not
one
the
of
same
them?
room with you.
Huh?
After reading all that,
What
I've
are you
always
talking
slept,
about?
so...
I wake up.
I
So
was
like,
Right here.
Was that one
This
book
is
in
right.
French or was it in Italian?
You're not sure? Miss Hager took all those books.
With the people I know, would they be more of Italian descent or
Back to
What
reality.
book?
like one of the books was not Latin?
They were French. One of the books
Oh,
was French.
the book that you brought back that she
Not the
handed
books,
you.
all the, any of the books.
Oh, one of them was in French, but she really didn't tell you any of that information.
Okay.
Miss Hager doesn't like
I know she
you.
doesn't.
That's okay. It's okay. So you're not sure. You know where she lives. You know her name. You can always just call her up. But the week passes. Is there anything else you wanted to do that week besides keep all your businesses going behind on their own?
I would call her and be like, "Have you had any luck with at least the spell portion yet? Can focus
Well, let's
on
say
that.
let's say a
what the
week goes
spells do."
by.
Well,
Are you just gonna live at her house for
no,
a
the
week?
next day
Okay.
I call her. That's what I'll do.
You wouldn't have had any kind of progress
No,
with any of that.
I would say focus on like the spell things just in case and like anything that might dispel because it seems to be that. Wait, no.
You don't have that information yet either.
Yeah, we're
It took you
together.
a whole week to read those
But
journals.
like we still thought there might be a spell to like.
Yeah, you can call
So-
her and tell her that. Yeah.
Let's try and focus on that and see if
Okay.
that leads us anywhere.
No, be this. No, be this. It's kind of like hold your phone like. Yeah. Well, that could work.
And I guess just call us if you come up with anything sooner than like let's say next week we can meet up and
Okay.
discuss whatever we found.
Okay, these books are pretty thick though, and it's gonna take me a while to get through them since I have to sit down with someone and go through it.
Right. That's why I said focus on what might be spells.
Yeah.
Are you leaving the books with her?
All of it, yeah.
Okay.
All of it looks kind of like spells. It's all kind of cultish. We'll see.
Well, it looked like there was like philosophy versus spells. Like at least that's what it looked like from the words on there.
That's true. I'm very bad at Latin. So I don't really know.
I was taught Latin roots as a child.
Do you have Latin?
No, Latin
okay.
roots.
Yeah, and there's allegedly spells in your journals.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take a lot of study.
Yeah, I'm looking at the spells in mine, and I'm gonna see if there's any weird things in the doctor's notes. If crap, I have no idea what your name is. Any
Holden.
Holden?
Oh, that's the last name.
Miss Holten.
Yeah, I'll have to buy that.
One spell allegedly brings this someplace called Candle Cove into the world.
Wait, I saw that on the thingy.
Yeah, that was the book.
That was in the Knickerbocker's Tale too, but it's also in his journals. Another one apparently enthralls a person. Another one makes it so that your flesh becomes like steel. And at least one other is a cannibalistic kind of thing where you can make yourself younger by eating a big feast of corpses, essentially. One steals power from people, and one will rack someone with pain and anguish.
What was the one before that?
Drains power from someone. Steals their power.
Steel.
Anyway, week passes. You guys have found out quite a bit of information in the following week. There's no reports of like there's something in like page 30 or back page of the Providence Journal about apparently some people broke into the ruined Mitchell estate over in East Providence. The front gate was opened.
Those silly kids.
Nothing apparently was taken. There's nothing to take. There's no mention of a secret passage, a secret door, or anything underground, though. So,
Well, like
that would
okay.
appear like 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah.
And then there's also one little blurb. Apparently, people live in the sewers.
Yeah.
Mrs. Betty
Sewer
Bowers
people.
of East Providence claims she saw several people climbing out of sewers and bringing books and such with them. One lady was apparently acted very inappropriately towards her. Maybe Mrs. Bowers needs to stop drinking. You know, it's total a blow off little article. All right, a week's passed. You guys have learned a lot of information. What do you want to do with it? What's the plan?
Just 1 week, right?
Huh? Yeah, it's been 1 week. It's early June.
So he could roll
The
for.
first Wednesday
Already
of
did.
June.
Okay, fine.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
did. I made sure it did.
Did you roll it? Or you want me to roll it?
What? For
Yeah,
help?
1d3.
I already did it.
What did you roll?
I got 2 HP back, so
Okay, are you maxed
7.
then? Is
No,
that your
7
max?
out of 8.
Okay, so you're still feeling a little not perfect. What do y'all want to do?
Well, we said we would meet up, so I
Yeah.
I got
Lily.
meet up.
Lily.
Okay, you've probably been doing
We
that all
haven't
week.
forgotten.
Yeah, I have
He's
been.
probably been like, every time you guys sit down to a meal, are you eating with them?
Yes.
He's probably been, you probably wait till the end of the meal, and then you're like, so,
Lily.
Lily, or what do you want to say? How do you want to approach that every time? Or several times, or however much you want to approach it?
Basically, I just say, like, let's go see Lily.
Okay,
every
so
time.
almost every meal.
We have to make sure we're prepared for whatever might be.
What do I need to do?
June 2nd,
Or
Wednesday, June
trying
2nd.
to figure that out.
Did you share the information about the powder?
I don't have it. I don't have that information.
That was her?
Yeah.
That was him.
That's what.
Hold on. Where are you guys meeting a week later on Wednesday, the next following Wednesday? Where do you want to meet? At her house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
So Miss Hager is going to get a phone call from who?
I already called her and told her. Yeah.
She
Okay.
doesn't like me. You call her down.
Okay, so you call Miss Hager. You say, hey, you want to meet tonight for dinner?
And you hear in the
Remember
background,
that?
Lily.
No. You guys kind of reverted to,
apparently,
I'm a servant.
Yeah, I know.
Which, no, that's like a...
Apparently,
trying to help
Quincy
himself.
makes some
Yep.
actually quite delicious cuisine. If you like bacon.
Bacon strips.
It's not just...
I'm over for dinner.
It's just basic food. That's good.
Everything's
Can I-
wrapped in bacon.
Can I like roll since I've been doing this for a week though? To like try to, have I gotten any better for cooking?
You've been doing it all
I've been cooking 3 meals for a week.
Hold on.
I want to cook.
Yeah, go ahead and make a cook check. I'll do one cook
Wait,
check.
I have to not make it, right?
You want to roll too high. There's ways of over time actually increasing
Yes.
skills. Okay, so go ahead and roll a d6 only to raise it up. And then we'll figure out from now on how much. 1%. So it's at 18%? No, you're getting better. You're probably trying new things. So Wednesday night, are you invited? She's coming over for supper. Miss Hager comes over. It's a really nice house.
What do y'all want to eat?
It's easy. That'd be super easy.
With garlic bread and salad.
Okay, that's what I mean.
That's really easy.
Because she's the only one that even said anything.
Yeah, that's fine. No, that's what you make for dinner.
Don't put
Spaghetti, garlic
in
bread,
your
and salad.
nose.
No, if we put a lot of garlic on the bread, it'll open up the
There's
pores.
do you have a wine cellar?
And wine.
There's a ton of wine down in that cellar. Like good stuff.
Cook it.
But like it's like hidden under a mat because illegal.
No, you're allowed to own
No.
alcohol.
Oh, you're.
Yeah, you can own it.
Cookie
It's transport,
monster.
sale, and like public consumption that is illegal.
Huh.
And if you are, your family probably had a ton of wine and stuff before
Why is everything
Prohibition.
zebra
so-
today?
Zebras are cool.
Yours even.
I
Alright,
have a lot.
so yeah, so Miss Hager, are you going over for supper?
Yeah.
It's a really nice house, but it's not ostentatious. It's more quaint. I don't know. How would you describe it there, Natasha?
A Queen Anne house that looks like it's someone who buys quality things, but not ornate and
Okay.
opulent
Yeah.
from the top.
That's what it
She's
looks
honest.
And then she uses words like opulent to make up for it.
And Natasha, make me one luck check real quick. Jade, are you gonna take a taxi or something to get up there? or-
66 out of 65.
Okay. Your taxi drops you off. There's another car parked out front. It looks like a Cadillac. It's a black Cadillac, hardtop Cadillac. And there's a couple men at the front door talking with Miss Kennedy. And they're wearing dark clothes. They've got kind of like 5 o'clock shadow. They're like, yeah, okay. And then they leave as you approach the front door. One of them looks over his shoulder and he nudges the other guy, and the other guy looks at you and they just kind of nod at her. And how do you react to that? And she gives him that look, and then they kind of skulk back down and pass you on the driveway up. One of them gives you kind of like a nod
Skull.
as they walk by, but they've pulled their hats kind of low down over their faces, and they're kind of like, one of them's got a toothpick in his mouth, and they go to the Cadillac and start up and drive away as you reach the front door.
Oh, Miss Hagger, you're here finally. He should be done cooking by now.
Lily.
I just kind of shut me through the door. It's like,
Okay.
don't look like that. Don't make him mad.
You're a little pissed. Those guys aren't supposed to meet you.
Yeah, like, don't
There was a
make him
little
mad.
emergency. There was a tiny emergency. They
Like-
needed something
Like
to
that,
talk to
that
us.
smile at you, you're like, it's fine. Just
Okay.
go in.
Okay. It's a real nice house, and as she described it. They've got dinner set up with spaghetti. These are meatballs.
Yes.
Spaghetti meatballs, salads, garlic bread. There's wine on the table, red wine on the table.
Okay, I picked up the glass. I didn't even wait for dinner. I'm just holding,
Yeah,
sipping on it.
that's kind of expected. And everybody else is there. Miss Holten is there. You and Miss Kennedy walk in.
I'm wearing an apron.
Washington
It's
is
too
there.
tiny for me.
He's wearing a little tiny. He's wearing a little tiny apron. It's kind of frilly. Would you have a frilly apron?
Yes.
No, it's up to her. It's her house.
It would be a little bit for like little like fake pearls or like.
He's wearing a little frilly apron and a very nice.
It's like my chest is this and the apron's like it
Yeah.
covers.
Yeah, and it is like street clothes that he's been wearing.
And it says jackknife.
No,
Oh.
it wouldn't have words on it. That
No.
kind of wasn't a thing. Y'all have a nice dinner, and go ahead. What do you want to do?
I would tell them that I couldn't find any spells that weren't like,
Evil.
yeah, they're like you can draw someone. That's the like least. Well, you could get steel skin, so that
Hey,
bullets
hey,
will probably bounce
hey,
off of you.
Let's not talk about this till we've eaten the spaghetti.
We ate
No,
it
you ate.
already.
You guys
Oh.
eat, and then no, I said that. It's like you guys have a nice
Uh-huh.
meal, and then you can discuss afterwards.
Oh,
The
okay.
spaghetti's very good. You want to make a roll?
What about
Make a
You
cook
cook
roll.
Shitty spaghetti.
No, it wouldn't be shitty. Spaghetti's way too easy.
94?
94.
Sauce
It's
can
just
be
it's spaghetti meatballs.
It's not the best.
It's not the best. It's
I
not
don't
the
make
It's
spaghetti
good.
a lot.
Yeah, it's not like, oh my god, I have to have your recipe. But it's good spaghetti. It's okay.
It's better than any y'all can make. Because you don't have the cook skill.
So as I was saying,
You just
Got 5%.
cook faster.
Go ahead.
when it comes to the